Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Dunswell Zoo. JW here. I hope you're all well. This episode is going to be a little bit manic. I'm going to do the best that I can. Uh, just before we get stuck in, please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out and does help the channel grow. You can also find me on Instagram at JW_YT, where I post screenshots of the animals and builds, and there's some real life stuff on there as well. Very little at the moment, but there'll be more on the way. So this episode, for you, it's probably only been a week since the last episode, but for me, it's been about 3 weeks, maybe. Yeah, about 2.5, 3 weeks since recording that episode, and then this one. As you know, in the last episode, I said I was going to be working on the Australia house. You can see that in the distance. It looks very nice, if I do say so myself. But I'm going to sort of walk you through some issues that the zoo is having. Finance is obviously one of them. The zoo is losing money, which isn't good at all. But another issue we're having, and for the life of me, I cannot figure it out. I've been putting the curbing in, the custom curbing, and I decided I wanted it at this level. And you will notice, as I begin to walk round, for some bizarre reason, the level of the curb gets thicker and thicker and thicker until eventually, ignore the crates, that's spoilers, down here near these crates, it's like, if we can line it up with a guest, yeah, this one will do. It's like hip height. It should not be that tall. So I took the path up and used the flatten terrain tool. Even though I'd already flattened this area, I used the flatten terrain tool to match it to the terrain that was over here. So this plaza, because this is definitely flat and this is definitely the sort of width, the depth of the curve that I want. And then I put the path back down and it's exactly the same. I don't get it. The path is level, the ground is level, and the curbing is level, but they don't match up. Because there is an awful lot of curbing, I'm going to wait until the free build mod gets updated, and then I'll just pull the terrain with the path to match it to that. If it still doesn't work, then it's evidently a problem with the curbing, and I'm going to have to figure out something to do with that, because there's a lot of curbing. What are they looking at? Yeah, just look directly at the sun. That's a good idea. With your glasses on. That's not dangerous at all, is it? So that's the first two problems, is we're losing money still, and the curbing is an issue. Our yellow-footed rock wallabies are doing very well. They do have some babies. So we've got one just chilling there. I think the rest of them are outside here. Judging by the grouping of people. Yeah, they're all over there at the back. Yeah, they're doing really well. This annoys me. This curbing, how it disappears into the wall, but it is what it is. And then again, same story here. The curb is significantly larger than here. I don't get it. See, it's fine, sort of most of round here, as we head towards the emu and red kangaroo. But you'll see again we get that same problem. And then it's just ridiculous around here because it just... I mean, that's a noticeable difference, isn't it, really? It's not on Our 3 emu girls, they are doing very well. I've got the game paused at the moment. There are a lot of guests in the zoo. I don't want people obstructing my view. Got our red kangaroos. Aren't really red, must admit, but there we go. And then we've got a baby. They're at least concerned, so breeding them wasn't a priority, but they've bred, so we'll send it to another collection, and we'll do that. Lots has changed over here. So we've got a wildflower meadow and some long grass over at the back behind the yellow-footed rock wallaby. When the curbing gets sorted and the terrain gets sorted, I'll spruce this up a little bit more. But I just didn't see a point in putting any more curbing in if I'm going to have to undo all that work at some point, if even after the free build mod it still doesn't correct the terrain difference. I have no idea. Wallaby walkabout. Not 100% finished in here, I've got to admit. It's very busy, so the habitat and the population and everything is absolutely fine. We've got a mix of Bennett's wallabies and swamp wallabies in here. That's new. This house for the wallabies, not completely done yet. You can see there's no segregation areas or anything like that, so I need to work on that. But I'm a bit strapped for time, so I figured I would just show you it and then we'll deal with building it off camera. And then also the other side here, if we just nip back out quickly, we've now got proper fence in here and all the way down to the house. Just backtracking a little bit, got some more flowers here. So as you can see, as this staff member sort of part moonwalks out of the staff gate. Little staff only area. Got room for expansion if we need to, but I seriously doubt we'll need to. Got a vet surgery. Maybe gonna need to put another vet surgery in. I have no idea. 2 keeper huts. Staff room. Quarantine and trade centre. Got another little garden in here, and I'm just going to fence this off. It's just sort of trees down there, and then out the back here there's going to be, well, you've got access to the yellow-footed rock wallabies there, and then I'm going to fill this area in, and this is going to be the dingo habitat. I never noticed that before. That's going to be the dingo habitat. So let me nip back around and show you the Australia house. It's taken the entire sort of 2.5-3 weeks to get this into a position where it's showable, and it's still not finished, may I just add. So we've got a nice big sign, Australia house. I wanted the wallabies to have some privacy here, so just planted all this up. You get a quick view to some of our inhabitants. So you can see one there. Any more for any more? No, the other ones tend to spend a lot of time inside. So you go through these automatic doors. And then you're brought to the inside of the Australia house. Again, not finished. There needs to be some more supports put in and make it look a bit more realistic. But I am happy with it so far. It's got a bit of planting here. This is staff access to the wallaby habitat now. We'll just nip back down this path. And again, when the free build mod is eventually updated, I'll be reducing the staff paths to their smallest possible size, because they don't need to be this big. So we've got 2 habitats. We'll have 2 groups of common wombats and Queensland koala. Can we see any? There was a wombat outside. Aha. There's 2 koalas. There should be 3 koalas and 3 wombats. Anyway, then you have this, which is sort of the entrance to the monorail station. And then that comes out the back. And obviously in that direction it goes to the entrance plaza. So we'll just come back down here. I've left this sort of relatively open. I was going to fully junglify it, but I like how it looks. I might put another tree in to block this, but I'm not 100% sure. I do kind of like how it looks. So just race back down here. Then another view utilizing the new habitat gates. Wombat and koala. Then we have the exit for the monorail here. So I'll just show you what this looks like at the moment. So as you exit the monorail, this is the view you get. So you get an overhead view of the platypus habitat, which isn't done yet. You can see another habitat over there, another habitat over there, habitat here, habitat here. And I might add a little bit more rock to cover that pillar, that support pillar. But you would slowly descend from the platform into this Australian sort of rainforest kind of environment. Then we nip over and we have the second koala and common wombat habitat. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, look at that, we have a koala right at the front. And a wombat doing a sprint. They do need their food changing. So they are both breeding groups of koala. They're not currently breeding groups of wombat. Maybe I'll breed them at some point in the future. We have a bachelor group and an all-female group, a hen group maybe. I don't know what the equivalent of a bachelor group is. But the 2 habitats are designed sort of differently. So this one's very much sort of foresty, eucalyptus forest kind of vibes, whereas this one is a lot more densely planted on the inside. But if we just nip outside, this is something what annoys me. So the wombats are obviously based on the koala rig, which means they can climb. But it's really weird, like seeing wombats on like these posts and stuff. It does annoy me quite a bit, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Back on track. So yeah, the inside's very planted, very forest-like. And the outside is a very different story. It's sandy. There's a lot of open space. It's a lot more outbacky-fied, outback-like. And inside and outside, they do have these so that the 2 groups can see each other. And then obviously this one is just like grassland outside. Again, not completely finished. I will probably add some more stuff to both these habitats, but for now, they are very happy with them. So this is going to be the platypus habitat. This has been a right pain in my backside. I can't do it without the free build mod. I know I bang on about it every episode, but I can't. To create the habitat I want to create for the platypus, this is going to be an underwater viewing window here. I can't do it without the free build mod. It won't let me get close enough to the path. And again, same at this side with the terrain. I can't get close enough to the path. It just looks stupid. It is quite a big habitat for the platypus. I might, not 100% decided, I might split it into 2 habitats and have 2 groups of platypus. Because they are going to get a bit lost in a habitat this size, I'm not going to lie. So I might change this. So that's not the access to the habitat gate, and there'll be a path along the back. And then I don't know how I'm going to split the habitat in half. I suppose I could do it like here. Yeah. So one would have a slightly bigger water area and the other one would have a... Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Because the platypus are tiny. They're not that big. So they're going to get lost in that habitat. But for now I've just put a fence there because it was really annoying me just seeing that. Then probably a surprise addition around the front here. People are slobs and just dropping the rubbish. We have the giant burrowing cockroach. There's one right at the front there actually. I've clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, the giant burrowing cockroach. We have 3, but one's pregnant. I believe they're data deficient. Yeah, data deficient. But if we look at the... Where's it gone? Or did I read it online? I think I read it online. They're essential to the ecosystem of eucalyptus forests. So I thought that was rather fitting considering the entire Australia house is based off a eucalyptus forest. So I've put these in here just to show the importance of even the smallest of creatures in such a large ecosystem. So we have them there. There's Frank, every episode. Hi Frank. Frank. So we're going to follow the path this way around. And we've got habitat for the greater bilby. Rather interestingly, the Zoopedia picture and the education board picture shows like a deserty environment. They don't actually prefer that habitat in the game for whatever reason, if I can find any of them. Habitat is big, probably too big, but I like the fact that you've got to look for the animals. They're not just smack bang in front of your face. Where are they? There we go. So here's the greater bilby. She is expecting offspring. But yeah, she has a major preference for... They have a major preference for grass and soil primarily. Sand's relatively low. So they need 260, I've given 795. I can't remember. How many young can they have? Is it 8? 1. Okay. So they have more than enough room, but it's fine. I really like how this habitat turned out. I do need to tweak it a little bit just here. It's a bit close to the path. So I need to pull it back a little bit because her belly's sticking through the the glass. So then we continue around here. Staff access. And this would obviously be staff access for the platypus hab when we split it in half. then you come to this little like cavey structure, and then on one side we have the numbat, which is critically endangered, and we have some more viewing of the bilbies on the other side. The numbat habitat then, there are 4 in here. See if we can spot any. Yep, there's one. So they are small, and there are 4 in total. Is it going to let me? No, it's not. I need to find one out in the open. There we go. So the numbats then, they are, well, it says endangered here, but on the thing it says critically endangered. They're only found in areas of eucalypt forest, but they were once more widespread. And there's 4, so 2 males, 2 females, and they can have up to 4 offspring. So that's 8 juveniles in total if both of them breed and give birth. So I gave them a lot of room. Again, probably more room than they needed if we have a look. Yeah, they've got more than double the amount of room they need. But I do like how the habitat turned out. Again, people dropping their rubbish. There's bins there. So they are based off the meerkat, which is a bit unfortunate, but I can live with that. So it's more open at one end, and then it's more forest-like at another end, and then down here where the monorail goes over, it is open, but there's a lot of ground cover what they can hide in, just so they're not getting stressed. And then their staff access is here. You come round at the other side, and again I need to tweak this here because there's just a little bit overlapping the path. And then you're brought out from where we turned off, back there. So then you would go out this way. I can come in this way, but most people go out this way. And then you've got this fence over on the left. I might just jut that fence back a bit more. It's a little bit close to the path. It just looks a bit out of place. And then there's this, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I do want to just nip around the front here. See if we can spot any koalas. Or any climbing wombats. There's a wombat. And is that a koala? Looks like a koala over there. So yeah, again, not completely finished, but it's nearly finished. So this is something I'm trying out. So this isn't made by me, this donation box, and it did come with an original piece of artwork. I thought I would make my own. So join our fight by making a donation, and we've got like a it's meant to be an oil work, like an oil painted tiger. It just looks like a really poor quality image. It's not bad. I don't mind it. It doesn't look how I'd intended it to look, but it's not bad. I don't like seeing this everywhere. It's something you don't see in zoos. I don't know why they made the decision to put this in as this and not as something like this, but that's beyond me. So I'm testing this out to see how it sort of blends in. It might be that we maybe get rid of the Asian looking frame, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm just going to put it in a few places in the zoo and see how it looks. I mean, if I just back out, it does blend in. It doesn't stand out too much, you know. It's not like smack bang in the middle of the path like that is. So yeah, it's good. But I'm going to see how well it works. And then over here, is there a keeper talk going on? There's either a keeper talk going on or just going on. When's it? March. So it's going to start soon. So that's about the koala, obviously. I just put it here for this habitat because obviously the path forks off. So if there's a bit of a blockage here with people waiting for the talk and you can't squeeze by, then you can come along this path, and I might put a little cut through here, sort of like that, and then it frees up the flow of people. So next then is this. It's quite experimental. So this is where it connects through into the Africa zone. We've got a food court here, and I really like how the food court's designed in the Australia scenario. The Tanami Roadside Zoo, I think it is. So I've recreated that but gone one further with these shipping crates, what have been turned into shops and things. These taller ones have got decoration on them. Again, the curb needs to go in, and we're going to use this fence, but there's no point putting the fence in until I've got the curbing in. Plaza's not final by any stretch of the imagination. Again, free build mod will help me create a proper plaza. There are some stupid gaps at the moment, so that's that. Not finished. There's definitely more that can be done with this plaza. Like, this is a lot of dead space. I can put something in here. People just leaving rubbish, but there's a bin right there. Lovely. Got some toilets in this one. And then at the other side, I do need to get rid of that bar at the bottom there. That's a trip hazard, isn't it? Is that me? That looks like me. That is me. Well, would you look at that? I've just been to the toilet, apparently. It's me. How cool's that? So yeah, and then at the other side we've got a little information desk thing. Then obviously the path around here, I need to decorate all this. And then we get into our sort of last three habitats over here, which are Tasmanian Devil. It's going to be down the side here. This one at the back is the Victorian Koala and the... oh god, I forgot its name. Is it the Southern Hairy-Nosed Wombat? Yeah, that's going at the back as well because they are near threatened, so we can do a breeding program with them. And then this big habitat is for Australian sea lions. Now they, as far as I'm aware, aren't in captivity anywhere in reality. They are endangered. And there is only 11,200 of them. So I think having a breeding colony, you know, can have up to 15 females. So 5 males and 15 females. We can have a really nice sized colony of sea lions, the Australian sea lions. Excellent climbers. Forage exhaustively on the sea bottom, so we can create some underwater viewing. But there's also going to be our conservation station in here where you can adopt animals and stuff like that. That's why it's such a big footprint. And obviously the other koala and wombat combination. And that, well, it's not the end of the Australia zone, because we might get some more animals in the future, what we can add. I certainly hope so. But if we head back over this way, we've got this one here, which is the kiwi. yeah, the kiwis going in here. Probably gonna take a while for that. It's gonna be completely indoors, but they're nocturnal, the kiwis, so we're going to be working under very different conditions, and I've never actually built a nocturnal house before, so that should be quite fun, if a little challenging. Again, the footprint's quite big because I don't know what size requirements they're going to need. And what the dingoes, again, their habitat could probably do being a little bit bigger, actually, if anything. So it might mean knocking through into the kiwi hab just a little bit. So that's that. So I need the free build mod to do the platypus hab. I need to sort the curbing out if the free build mod doesn't do it for me. I need to do some more finishing touches and things on the Australia house. It was really difficult getting a design for the Australia house. I wanted something that was bubble-like, but I didn't want a dome. I don't want something like the Eden Project. So my limit was sort of, it can't be any taller than the clock tower on that church. That was what Leslie had said. There were building regulations and stuff like that. It cannot be any bigger. It can't dominate the skyline, which it doesn't do, which I'm really happy about. I'm going to put some signage on here because you can obviously see from the path here. You can see the wall. I need to plant this up a bit more. I don't want you to see this at all. And then it's sort of alright here, to be fair. The monorail then, as it sort of comes out, it's going to go over the platypus hab. So, chugga 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 chugga. Then it's going to go around the back of the Tasmanian devil habitat, through the sort of foresty area, and then it's going to come out with the koalas and the wombats, the other two species. And then this is obviously going to be the Europe and North America zone. Africa is going to be sort of in here and more besides. And then I don't want to spoil anything for you, but this is South America. We're going to be coming back to that relatively soon. But that's where we're at, essentially. So that's what I've been doing. I need to stop saying but that's what I've been doing, and hopefully it works out. Hopefully, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's near enough exactly what I'd envisioned anyway. The platypus hab, I didn't envision it looking like this, but there's time for it to look as it should. So I think what's next for me for the building, because we have still got 689,264, and we are losing money, unfortunately. We've got 12 coming in, we've got nearly 16 going out, so we do need to still generate a profit. So I don't want to build anything that's too expensive, and I don't want to build anything that's not going to be very attractive, if that makes sense. Like guests coming to the zoo for higher rated animals. So let's have a look. What we got? Kiwi. We got some pretty decent genetics on our kiwis. How many of them can live together? 2 males, 2 females, and they can have up to 2. Okay. What else we got? It's the only species of kiwi found internationally in zoo. I've never seen one in a zoo. Ratites, largest egg, the bird, no interspecies, the monogamous. Okay, we can do something with this. But they are nocturnal. So we need to build it indoors. It's going to be slightly problematic. We'll see what we can do. But I think the kiwi house is maybe a bit later down the line, because I can see it being quite expensive, because I'm going to have to use a lot of lights and one-way glass and stuff like that. It's going to be a very finicky project. I don't want to do the dingoes until I've done the kiwis, because then I know what room I've got to play with for the dingoes. I do think that's a bit small for dingoes, personally. And I don't want to swap the koalas into there, because then we just got like a koala corridor. Although that does sound rather attractive now, doesn't it? Could move the Tasmanian devils into here and put the dingoes in here, and then, you know, we've still got a bit of room to play with, so we'll see how that goes. That could be an idea, actually. Kiwi and Tasmanian devil. Not together. That's a terrible idea. So I don't know what the next project's going to be. Checking our maned wolves, because the mod got updated so they can breed again. She's not pregnant yet, but give her time. I think this habitat with the capybara, the agouti, and the white-faced saki monkey, which is 100% based off Yorkshire Wildlife Park, that might be pretty cheap to do. Maybe. I just need to be generating a profit before I build any more habitats. That's my concern. Everything's doing fine. Guanaco doing fine. Check on our anteater baby in a minute. Our bush dogs. Anteaters. They're both in here, mother and baby. There's Mum. Maria. Where's baby? Doesn't that look appetizing? Yum. There's baby. Just sort of in the bush. Fabiana. And then we have our male, Wagner. And our coatis, which the babies are about to mature, apparently. So yeah, maybe we'll nip back over to South America and we'll do this habitat, the walk through capybara, agouti and saki monkey. I think that's probably going to be a cheaper option than doing the kiwi house. And I can't do the platypus yet. I do have the platypuses already, but I can't do the habitat yet. Pop. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to pop us inside here and I'll just wrap things up. We can watch some koalas. Why not? Let's watch some koalas. So that was basically the tour, if you like, of everything I've been doing so far. I don't know when that next episode is going to be. I need to generate some more money within the zoo first. And I'm going to test out those donation bin covers. But that's where we're at, essentially. I am very much leaning towards doing that walk through capybara, agouti and saki monkey habitat. Just simply because I think it's going to be a cheaper alternative. Why do they keep getting boxed? Ugh. Sometimes this game does my head in. Anyway, that walkthrough habitat I think is going to be the best option. But we'll see. But I don't know when that next episode is going to be. It might be that we go to weekly episodes or fortnightly episodes. It genuinely depends how long it's going to take me to do. But that's what we're dealing with, essentially. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please leave me a like. And remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And enable your notifications so that you never miss a video. Really helps me out. And it helps the channel grow and shows me that you like the content that I'm producing. You can also find me on Instagram at JW_YT. Till then, my friends, thank you very much for watching. What is that wombat doing? Is it just like chilling? Fair enough. Until then, my friends, thank you very much for watching, and stay safe and stay kind. And I shall see you all in the next episode. If you have any thoughts to share, the comment section is open. Thank you for watching, and bye bye for now.